Hello everyone, I am Metalloid, and today I thought I'd demo the ThisHeavyEarth amp sim by Aurora. So this amp sim is based on the Flesh Rot by ThisHeavyEarth, and that is based on a classic death metal amp called the VH140C by Ampeg. A lot of death metal bands use this in the 90s, and it's kind of gained a cult following since then. I've always been interested in this amp, this ThisHeavyEarth amp, because I listen to a lot of 90s death metal, Cannibal Corpse specifically. Let's just hear how it sounds. So, this is the amp straight into the speaker cabinet. There's no EQ or effects on yet. So, yeah, this is how the amp sounds. Okay, so that was the amp, with nothing else. The gain is at max, just because that sounds the best. Let's try go lower, see if we can kind of get a clean tone-ish out of it. Yeah, as you can hear, it's more of a crunchy clean. That just kind of sounds a bit lifeless in my opinion. I'm not a fan of it, but of course I haven't done anything with the EQ yet. Okay, so let's mess around with the EQ, see if we can get like a better clean sound, I guess. So with my cleans, I kind of boost the treble and bass and turn the mids down. It sounds better, but I would still... Let's turn the presence up. No, see, this amp really does not want to be clean, so I'm just going to crank the gain back up and see how that sounds with the new settings. Yeah, okay. So I feel like this definitely wants to be scooped. The shift is a mid shift. I usually leave the shift and tight at 5 because they sound, that kind of just sounds how I prefer. Let's mess with the shift. Let's go all the way down first, and let's just kind of start moving up the range. Okay, so yeah, so for me that sounds best in the middle. That's pretty much all I have to say, really. Let's mess around with the tight, which is... I believe it's where the low end, what frequency the low end controls. Or the low knob controls, sorry. So let's start at the bottom again. Yeah, okay. Again, around the middle is the best for me. You can go to the back of the amp as well. They have above and below controls, which I kind of feel are basically just like another depth and presence, maybe. I kind of get that vibe from them. again, that for me sounds the best in the middle. Let's try the below knob now. Okay, interesting. So they don't really work like I thought they would. They kind of feel more like contour knobs. Like if you've had like a Marshall 8100, which is another classic death metal amp. The above, they both kind of seem like low and high end contour knobs. It's kind of weird to explain, but yeah, leave those in the middle again. This is a beta, so some features don't work, like the preamp off switch doesn't turn anything off. Until you go to standby as well, which... yeah, from that point it's just a clean signal. Those obviously stay on. The preamp off, I imagined would be like if you wanted to use a pedal with the power amp. I guess in the full version, when you turn the preamp off, it will act that way. But for now, it does nothing. As you can see, I'm on the early access build. So, yeah. I'm going to put the boost pedal on now. Okay, that immediately does a lot. The controls kind of speak for themselves, really. The blend is just a blend between your clean signal and the boosted signal. So that's just what we had before. And then all the way up is just straight from the pedal to the amp. I usually leave that all the way up. So yeah. Low for tightness, obviously you want to turn that down, and then high you want to turn that up. I guess you do this to taste, really. Usually these are my settings. I leave the tight alone. I just like it where it is. So this is how my settings would sound. And that's from... I don't need to play the whole riff. So, you can hear... That sounds... well, it does its job. Let's switch with the speakers now, because you can have a couple different mics and 2 cabs. I stick with the default again. I don't change anything. So you can also click stereo cab for like a wider sound. Okay, for now I'm just going to keep that off. You get 4 different mics. I'm using the Ribbon 121 and the Dynamic 57 on cab 1. Of course you can blend between the two, so the Ribbon 121 sounds like this. Yeah, and the Dynamic 57 sounds like this. And again, I leave that in the middle. Okay, let's try cab 2 now. See how that sounds. Okay, so it definitely sounds like it's got more lower mids and less treble slash upper mids. Let's blend the two cabs. Let's go with 57 on cab 1 and the ribbon on cab 2. Let's go back to cab 1 on that side. Go back to cab 2. Okay, I really like this combination, actually. Let's move the position of the ribbon. Like, I really like this combo together. Apparently, yeah, the noise gate doesn't like pinch harmonics. let me lower that a little. Okay, I'm done fucking with that. Okay, so let's mess around with the tone a bit more, because I would usually have the treble around here. The mids I'll leave alone, and the bass around there. Let's see how that sounds. This is what I would use if I were going to record like a song or something. Okay, so there are there's an option for presets, but right now there aren't any actual presets. That might change in the full version, but for now there's nothing. So I'm gonna save this. Okay, so I did save the preset. Unfortunately, I guess that feature isn't working right now because I click on it and it goes straight back to default and undoes my settings. So what I'm gonna do is just try and put everything back to where it was. It did save the cab, interestingly. Okay, so right now presets don't work. So let's try the effects next. Let's start with the chorus. Okay, that sounds good. Let's mess with the rate. Let's mess with the rate and the depth, first of all. Let's not do that. Okay, messing with that, no. Leave that alone. Okay, let me turn this down a bit because it has been clipping. I've just noticed, sorry about that. Yeah, that sounds fine. Okay. So, tremolo, well, I guess we all kind of know what that is. Of course, we can change the wave shape, the waveform. It's right there. Oh. That's cool. I've not heard that before. That's interesting. I like that. Might use it in a song someday, you never know. Okay, let's try the delay next. Set it to analog. Turn the mix down. Feedback's fine. Time 500 milliseconds, that's where I would have it. So yeah, let's try analog first. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's try slap. I feel like that needs to go up in the mix a bit more. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Let's try stereo next. Ah, it's like a ping pong delay. Okay, cool. Okay, I like that. Let's try reverb now. I feel... Oh, wow, okay. Okay, turn the mix down. Turn the width up. Okay, so that feels like like a room kind of reverb. Ooh. I think you've heard enough of that now. Okay, so, yep. I like all the effects. I think these would be pretty decent for leads. Let's see. I would probably use them in this combination for like a solo or something. Oh, I wouldn't have stereo. I'd use analog. Turn the mix down again. I butchered that, but okay, you get the point. And maybe turn the mix up a little bit next time, or yeah. Okay, so that's it. That's it for the effects. There's also an EQ. I'm not gonna mess with that. You know what an EQ does. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Okay, I guess I'll end it there. If you like the demo, please subscribe. I want to get back into recording videos regularly again. If you like this style where I'm like testing plugins, please let me know in the comments, because I do have a lot of plugins I can test if anyone's interested in seeing that. But yeah, thank you for watching and take care.